Thanks, Jeff. And now it's time to welcome our final guest, David Stearns, founder and president of Stearns Retirement Group, a retirement income store located right outside of Atlanta, Georgia. David, thanks so much for being back with us on The Income Generation.
Hey, thanks, Dave. It's good to be back with you guys again.
I guess today we've got the two Daves on the show, Dave Stearns, Dave Scranton, which is great to see you again, Dave Stearns. So tell us what's going on in your world with your clients and how you're preparing your clients for these all-time record stock market peaks and what the 12 months looks like going forward.
Well, we're having a lot of fun, I can tell you that. My clients are vaccinated, most of them are, and they're feeling really comfortable. It's great to see them again. I've had to calm some nerves, it seems, in the last year. But generally, we're optimistic about the next 12 months. We're prepared for just about anything. You know, I was just whitewater rafting with my family a couple weeks ago in Colorado. And I tell you, you got to know your raft, you got to know the river, and you got to know your guide well. And I'm proud to be a guide working with my clients during this time, and the vehicles that our clients are in are doing exactly what they want them to do. You got to be ready at this moment, Jeff, for anything to happen at any time.
Well, I think that on that note, Dave, fixed income planning and fixed income investments for the income generation has never been more important because of these record levels and because the economy is going to be facing some headwinds going forward. I mean, the yield curve is already starting to flatten out, and the bond market's the best indicator for what's going to happen to the economy. We know that. And so give us your take on what you see happening in 2022.
Well, I'm optimistic about 2022. I think the inflation that we're experiencing is completely transitory. I mean, it would be different if we were experiencing inflation pre-COVID. We'd have to think this might be systemic, but when you shut the economy down and restart it. So I think it is transitory, and I think the Feds are committed through 22 to what they're doing with, even though they're tapering back the quantitative easing. I think there's a lot of money out there still. I'm pretty optimistic. The GDP looks really good. But, you know, like you said, fixed income works. It's kind of an evergreen philosophy, Jeff. It kind of works in all conditions. I keep telling my clients that you're positioned for a time such as this.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. It's funny because you know, people, there's two schools of people I find, and maybe you can relate. I find that some people, when the market took a major drop in March of 2020, they learned a lesson. They said, okay, maybe I need to get more in line with my risk tolerance. Other people didn't, because the market came back so quickly because the unprecedented influence by the Federal Reserve and by Congress, they're kind of numb to that. And they think that every future bear market's going to be, you know, 2-3 months long and everything will be better, you know. How do you get around that when it comes to clients' maybe false sense of optimism?
Yeah, I just have to remind them of market history. I have to remind them that, you know, it's kind of like when we were whitewater rafting. We knew there was some level 4 rapids. We just didn't know where they were, but we had to be prepared for them, and we couldn't deny that they were out there. The reality is that this can't go on like this forever. It will settle back down. There will be some deep corrections to come. And I just have to continuously let them know. And as a good guide on the river, right, I have to be looking ahead and helping them understand what's to come. So, but I do have to hit that head on sometimes, Dave. Yeah.
And I love that analogy, the raft, the river, the guide. They know the raft, but they have to have the right guide who knows the river. And as we know, Dave, you're certainly the right guide to navigate people down the retirement river. So thanks so much for being back here, and thanks so much for just being a friend to the income generation.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be with you guys today.